Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Venice, Florida, affectionately known as UCOV, UUCOV, where we strive to be the church home where differences are celebrated. We discern truths from the world's religions and philosophers, and we are guided by our 7 principles. We're called to lives of service as we seek equality and justice for all. We're so glad you joined us today, in person or online. Do we have any visitors with us today? Would you, if you would like to, if you'd raise your hand and let us know where you're from. And also, we have a lot of people who have returned from northern climates. So would you like to wave all the people who just came back from northern climates? And now, if you're brave enough, if you're here for the first time, would you let us know? Do we have any visitors today? I will be introducing Dr. April Glasco pretty soon. She's a visitor today. For news of upcoming events, you may see them on our website, uucov.org, or on our Facebook page called Breeze. We're entering into a sacred space. Please silence all your electronics. Please take a moment to say hello or introduce yourself to the people around you this morning. Love to see the friendly group. Lisa Frank is now going to play the prelude. Butterfly Opus 33, number 1, 43, number 1 by Greg. We light this light in hopes that we may always remain a strong community, working together to make the world a better place. Please rise in body or spirit as you're willing and join in singing the hymn in the teal hymnal, the blue one, but it's also on the board, number 1021, Lean on Me.
Good morning. Kathy Avery, Director of Religious Education. Today's Time for All Ages is called Weaving Our Path. Imagine with me that you're going along a trail in the woods in Vermont, and you come across a steep gorge with a rushing river at the bottom. There's only one way to get across. You see a bridge, and it's made of long, overgrown grass. What I want to know is what questions would be running through your mind before you set foot on that grass bridge. Think about that for just a second. What would you think if you saw that?
I'm not going there.
You're not going there. I'm not going there. Okay?
I don't want to get wet.
I don't want to get wet. Will it hold me? What I would want to know more than anything else is if the people who made the bridge also walked across it. And whether they still use it. Of course, we don't have bridges made of grass in Florida, but many were built for hundreds of years in South America by the Inca people. and I think a few still exist. Here's how they did it. First, they made fresh bridges once a year. On the appointed day, everyone in the village would gather to begin the work. Each person had a special role to play in building the bridge. First, there were people who gathered the grass. Then, other people took the grass and twisted it into long ropes. Then, people took the ropes and wove them into thick braids. And those braids were twisted by other people into long cables, as thick as my arm. Certain people strung the cables across the gorge and pulled them nice and tight. And finally, there were riggers who could lash the cables together in such a way as to create a footbed to walk on and rails on the sides to hold. Each person did their part as best they could. They relied on everyone else to do their part well, because every one of them needed that bridge to safely carry them across the river whenever they needed to go that way. I tell you about grass bridges this morning for two reasons. First, it reminds us how important our small part is. When it's a part of something big and strong, and even as miraculous as a bridge made of grass, I have to say, I think it's miraculous that a bridge can be made of grass. And these bridges could span 60 feet. That's longer than the length of our sanctuary. And they could hold 5 people at a time, and llamas too. Second, we in this congregation may not be building a bridge to cross a raging river, but we are building a way toward our future, our shared vision. I want to walk that way. I hope many of you will walk that way too. And if I'm going to walk that way, I want to walk a way that feels sure and strong and safe, a way that I know has been built well, with everyone doing their part as best they can. So may we all build that way together, like the Inca grass bridge builders. Thank you.
We'll now sing the children out of the Reed benediction. Now, and I wanted to mention to you that today the money collected will go to UCOB's general fund. But 4 times a year, we've chosen 5 different organizations, or is it 6? 6 organizations that get our money twice a year on the 2nd Sunday. That's not today, but I wanted to tell you that I haven't introduced Dr. April Glasco yet. But her organization, called Second Chance Last Opportunity, is one of the 6 nonprofit organizations that we chose to support this year. So that organization's going to receive your donations next month, in January, on the 2nd Sunday. If you care to give to her organization anytime, I'm sure it will be welcomed. But today it goes to the general fund. And now we'll have the offering. church is not the building, but the people. As a community of human hands and human hearts, we come together here to share our laughter and our tears. We're entering into a time of sharing our joys and concerns. You can raise a hand and someone will bring you a microphone. Please share only information only with permission. We have anyone who would like to hear? Barbara has the microphone. Brad?
Yesterday, Sal and I spent much of the day up in Sarasota going to a mental health symposium. I don't know if anybody else heard about it. I wouldn't have heard about it except Sal told me about it several weeks ago. We weren't sure if we should go or not. And when we went up there, we thought, well, we don't like it, we'll leave. Turned out to be wonderful, and I think there's some things there that we'd like to bring to the congregation. Dee and I have 4 grandchildren in Portland, Oregon that we visit. We just saw them a few months ago. And one of them, a young boy, dropped out of high school. He was upset with the COVID, and he never did go back to school. He's starting to do some recovery, but he was isolated in his room for a long time. We've been very concerned about him. And yesterday we met some people that gave me hope that maybe there's something that we could help my daughter and her husband do back in Oregon. So we're going to coordinate with Reverend Amy and with Kathy about setting up some things that maybe we can share some information we got. So if anybody has any grandchildren that you're concerned about, if you want to come back and make sure we let you know about this, please come back to the social justice table. We don't want to do anything that distracts from the important things that Nancy and John Van Camp talked to us about so passionately last Sunday. But this is something I think that we could do also. Thank you.
That song, Lean on Me, is very appropriate. That symposium yesterday on mental health, mental illness, was very appropriate for the Venice, the Sarasota community. There's a lot of help out there that's available to the people of our community. Lean on me when you need a friend.
Anyone else?
Well, this is a sorrow, I guess. I arrived back here and finally drove down Jacaranda this morning to come here and found that huge new development going in and every single tree shaved to the ground. This is not the time to be doing that anymore, so I guess I'm asking all of us to think about this. I can't even walk my dog all day, it's so hot outside. How desperately we need shade. It cools our homes enough that maybe we could turn that AC off sometimes. And how can we ask the city of Venice to put some pressure on developers who are doing this to us? It's slightly more costly, maybe, to leave some trees and build the houses in among them. I know in Hilton Head, that's what they have to do. They're not allowed to cut down a single tree to build a structure. There's no reason we can't do that here too.
Thank you for those joys and concerns. May the love of this community hold all who need love and concern. May the light of our community shine on the broken places of the world. May we never look away when we're needed. May those who are grieving be comforted. May those who are tired find rest. May the broken places be healed. May those who are filled with joy and laughter be abundant. I'm going to do the first reading now. The words are by Diet Walid. I had to look her up. Diet Walid was an educator and a peace builder in Zambia, developing conflict programs for refugees. She is also a professor at Portland State University. She wrote, "How long, O great mystery, how long, I ask? as I turn off the news of yet another act of senseless violence, ending the lives of innocent people. As a mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother, I am filled with anger and fear, but also compassion and questioning. I'm curious about these shooters. What happened in their young lives that they had to seek the attention of the world by shooting others? What has caused them to seek fame in such a violent way? What causes a person to kill people they don't even know in order to be accepted, to be recognized? How many mothers' tears does it take to heal our wounds? Not only the tears of Black mothers and Native mothers, but the tears of white mothers too. Will it make a difference that the tears are now coming from blue eyes? Amanda Gorman reminds us that there is always light in this never-ending shade, that love can be our legacy, if only we're brave enough to be with it. How can I be love instead of being anger and fear? It's easy to love my grandchildren when they agree with me. When they don't, I say my truth and then shut my mouth, even when that's hard. So how often do I need to say, violence is not the answer, or don't kill, when the shootings keep repeating? I'm not sure I know how to be love towards someone who seems so far from me, but I know I want to try. Instead of putting more fear and anger into the world, I can close my mouth and send love energy to all parents of difficult children, including those who are the hardest to love. Like any change in my life, I can only do it one small act, one small thought at a time. I can only pray it will be enough. Please join me in a minute of silent meditation, thought, or prayer. beautiful minuet. We're going to now sing hymn number 1028, The Fire of Commitment. It's in the teal hymnal, but also it's on the screens up here. Please rise and body your spirit if you're willing to sing the song and stand up, or you may sit. All right. Very good message there for today's sermon. Today we welcome Dr. April Glasco. She's the CEO of a group called Second Chance, Last Opportunity. It's in the Newtown area of Sarasota. And I think your life kind of echoes the song we just sang, The Fire of Commitment. If anyone has it, Dr. April Glasco has it. Second Chance Last Opportunity is a community-based 501c3 grassroots organization that's been offering life management skills classes to at-risk teens and their low-income and/or homeless families since 1995. Their clients often face multiple health, social, and economic challenges, along with strategies and skills for success gained from the classes. They offer counseling, health education, youth programs, food distributions, shelter referrals, all with a dose of tough love if appropriate. Most importantly, they give back the responsibility for turning their lives around to the individuals they serve. UU of Sarasota and the Gulf Community Foundation are among their many sponsors. And that we're going to be donating to them the second week of January with our offering that day. But certainly if you'd like to donate, and some of the programs move you today, I'm sure she wouldn't mind if you send in a donation. So Dr. April Glasco, the title is Hope for the Hopeless.
As looking on the program, I seen the word sermon. and I am a minister, so wow. But before I start, I'm gonna do as I would normally do as I am about to give a sermon. I will be singing just a little bit of Amazing Grace. Okay? You just catch on. You just, you know, you just, the church I come from is called the catch on church. Okay, we're gonna wing it together. Okay. Amazing Grace. Oh. You have to follow me. You have to follow me. I forgot. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Through grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fear relief. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through men they danger tossed and snares, I have already come. This grace that brought me safe this far, and grace will lead me home. Thank you so much. I'm going to give a sermon to you as if I'm at my church. Is that all right? Yes. So I feel welcome to be here. Thank you so much to have me here. Thank you, thank you. Hope for the hopeless. Hope energizes the present We have to have the hope within in order to show hope towards others. It is worth living today because the eternal tomorrow is so much brighter. We all deserve to feel the presence of hope, a feeling of expectation, and a feeling of trust. Hope is serving the hopeless. When do we start the process of feeling or feeding hope to ourselves or to others? And the answer is now, right now. Hope is a feeling of expectation and desires for a certain thing to happen. We look through, we look around, we hope, and what we don't realize that what we're looking for, we already have it. And we always looking from near and far from someone else. We need to know how we need to gain hope for ourselves first before we give to others. As we walk, as we talk, the conversations we have, as we help others, as we volunteer, do we have enough hope to share? We want to give, but do we have enough to give when we don't have enough for ourselves? When asking people, when asking individuals, when asking our family members, when asking a friend to do more than they think is possible, always remind them of the importance of what they have and what they should share and how they can do when it comes straight from their heart. Because we all win. We all win. It should not be divided. It should not be separated because we all need each other. We have so much to give. We have so much to share. We have so much love to spare. But are you willing to give? Do you have enough to give to someone that needs that help? That's down on their luck, that can't find their way because they are so far down in the pit, a pit of hopelessness, and they cannot find who they are. This is what second chance, last opportunity. We give individuals a second chance. First, it starts with me. They have to see the smile on my face. They have to see that I have enough love. Love is action. Do I give to others as much as I give to myself? So a person doesn't come to you because they want to. They come to you because of the energy you give them. If you give them hope, they know that they can make it. They can smile back at you. They can have a decent conversation with you. They can trust you. But if you don't have that much energy to share of what you carry, do you think that they will come to you? Do you think that they will hold a conversation with you? Mm-mm. So many people need a second chance. So many people receive the second chance, third chance, fourth chance. So many people have went down on their luck and burnt many bridges. But guess what? They still deserve a second chance. Because each one of y'all, including me, was able to get a second chance, a third chance, even a fourth chance. Chances that you didn't deserve the chance, but you received the chance. Someone gave you a chance. So that's how second chance. Now, the last opportunity works where you can get the chance now, the second chance. Now, we want you to understand that don't let this be your last opportunity. Because you can hurt yourself by receiving help from another person, by taking an advantage of the person that's helping you, but you took it for granted. And I know many of us know someone that we love so dearly that we tried to help, but they took it for granted. Either they forgot to come back and say thank you, or show the appreciation is like, I appreciate you. It's never too late to do that. And that's what we share with many, many individuals, as well as young people. It's never too late. When you're ready to change, you have that opportunity to change. Walk a different direction. Have a different conversation. Move in a different way that helps you out. By you helping yourself, that means you're helping those that are around you to appreciate you and the change that you're making for yourself. We all look for a better person by the way they show, the way they act, the attitude, the way they treat you, the thoughts that they have, the conversation that they give. When is it to give hope? Now. Your hope that you give to others means so much. And when you give it to yourself, it means much more. When the last time you took a time to look in the mirror, look at yourself? Each and every day we need to look in the mirror and see where we are. See how we are living our life. See how we are willing to hold a conversation with someone that don't deserve that conversation. Willing to give the love, the hope that you have to someone you feel is not ready for your love or the conversation. How will we know they're ready? It's the energy that you carry within you that move the energy into them. That's when you're ready. The smile on their face, when it looks like it's sad. The eyes that just open up. Say, wow, someone said hello to me today. Someone said, you're beautiful. Someone said, you can make it. You can do this thing. That's what draws hope to another person, by you opening a conversation. When you least expect a person that will come towards you in your space, or you meet at the grocery store. You just change someone's life by the energy you carry to show them you have hope. Do it again. Don't let this be your last opportunity. Second chances around to help many people. But guess what? You're a second chance individual as well. We all are second chances. So you're no different than the other person that didn't get a second chance. We are one step into falling in something. We don't know what to do. Our health, our family member that we want to help, that's going through something. You never know what a person's going through until you have that energy to give hope. And then they'll start sharing with you what they're going through. And you continue having a conversation with them. Because that conversation, just a small conversation, can change a big thing in a person that's going through so much because you just gave them hope and love. And that means so much to a person. You never know when the last time they ate. It could have been 2 days ago, maybe 3 days. You don't know when the last time someone just needed a hug. It could be your loved one. It could be just a friend. You never know what a person's going through. And you can just live right behind them in your neighborhood. You never know. So we can't look at a person and assume and think that they're okay. The children today and the attitude that they have today and the conversations they have today is different when I was growing up. And you may agree with me. It's not the same conversation. But something shifted. Something changed for them to have that entitlement that they can do what they want to do and say what they want to say and go where they want to go. Education is so powerful. They're forgetting about that. Something's going on, but we have to be willing to talk to our young people. We have to be willing to talk to our grandkids. We have to be willing to talk to our daughter or son, someone that you really, really care about, that needs a hand up, not a hand out. It's easy to give money. It's easy to give a piece of bread or whatever, but a hand up goes a long ways. And they can remember you the day that they were going through and they didn't have no one to talk to. And you came along and gave them what they needed. And it was just a conversation. That's gaining a whole lot for an individual when that's down and don't have no one to turn to. There's a inspirational quote I wrote. It says, I am that I am. Because this is how I see myself. You see, I was down on my luck. I knew there was a shift coming my way to change how I felt about my relationships. And it was very toxic. But I knew that I needed to change because my daughters needed to see that love was not someone hating you so bad they had to hurt you. I've been through it. Basically, this is how Second Chance got started. I got a second chance in life. I was called ugly, fat, nobody wanted you. You're no good. But I realized 10 years, and I've been doing this for 32, 10 years ago, when I sat in my office with 15 young ladies sitting in there, I said, wait. Something's coming to me, and I need to tell you. I didn't know it was for me. I thought it was just all of us, but it was just for me. Because I never knew where I was until I opened my mouth to say, I am that I am. And this is how I see myself. I see myself as the woman that I thought I couldn't be. I am that I am. And I said, wait, I got more and more and more. And they said, Miss April, this sounds good. I said, and I kept looking outside of the window. I said, where? Okay, I know I have some more. And it says, I am that I am. I'm strong, I'm brilliant, and I'm powerful. I said, yes, that's good. I said, keep writing. And I said, I am that I am. I will no longer see myself the way people will want me to be. I am that I am. And I've been carrying that in my heart as long as I started saying that day, I am that I am. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care how you feel about me. And I was telling myself that, April, you can't feel that way because someone else said that about you. I had to build myself up to realize I'm strong. Even though at the moment I didn't feel strong, but I had to speak it into existence. I'm strong. And I started smiling. I'm strong. But no one knows how you feel until you speak it for yourself. I'm brilliant. At the moment you couldn't, I don't feel brilliant, but I'm going to speak it. I'm brilliant. I'm powerful. And this is without even having illegal drugs. How about that? Not even drinking. I'm powerful. And I said, with confidence, I will no longer, and I had to keep telling the young ladies that because they came from on the streets of going through what they did not want to go through. But guess what? I was inside the building running second chance. And I was going through what I didn't want to go through either. I was in an abusive relationship. I'm the CEO, and they're the participants, and guess what? We're going through the same thing. They're being abused, and I'm being abused. They call it, they was being beat on. I call it domestic violence. And it's the same thing. We all was being abused. But that confidence set in my spirit, and I had the thought in my mind, and I spoke it with boldness for myself. But I let the ladies hear that you are strong, you're brilliant, and you're powerful. And you will no longer be what others want you to be. You are who you are. And I said, I am that I am. And that day changed the rest of my life. That day changed the rest of my life. And I am so happy for myself. And the ladies that I see today, back then, when it first started, they are so happy. And they say, thank you, Miss April. You see, this is for everyone. You have to have some type of inspirational message for yourself when you're going through. I can do all things. I am the head, and I am not nobody's tail. That's right. Nobody's tail. Right. I walk in, I walk out, and I have all the energy that I can have to continue knowing that I am that I am. I am so happy to know that you support Second Chance, Last Opportunity, and the heart that you have for the people that we serve. Make it so awesome to know that they would have food, Pampers, clothing, anything you donate to Second Chance. Because you never know what your next door neighbor is going through. And guess what? We're your next door neighbor. And we appreciate you all for doing what you do. And thank you for allowing me to do the sermon for this Sunday for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before I extinguish the chalice and we will sing a hymn, I I would like to mention that afterward, we're going to have our announcements. So if you would, once we sing the last hymn, May Love Surround You, and we won't be holding hands, by the way. COVID is still rampant. My husband he's still getting over it. So we will not be doing that. We won't be holding hands. But after the May Love Surround You, if you would sit back down and listen to just a couple of announcements. We're trying something new. So I will now extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this chalice, but not in the light of hope, the fire of commitment, or the warmth of community, but in all things that we've talked about today. It is the light of hope, the fire of commitment, like we sang about. May those ideals shine in our lives and warm our hearts until we're together again. We're now going to sing 318 in the gray hymnal, also on the board, We Would Be One. Would you rise and body your spirit as you're willing and join in singing? Meant for joy, and joy feels like love and moves like freedom. We were made for this moment. We are the people we've been waiting for. May we be the people that we are called to be. Go in peace. Now we'll sing, May Love Surround You. Announcements. One, I've been asked to announce, please go out and sign up for the Pride Festival, which is going to be at the MCC Church, Metropolitan Community Church, over on East Venice Avenue. What's the date of that, Marcia? 18th, November 18th?
November 18th, Saturday.
Okay, there's a sign-up sheet out there. We're going to have a booth for UCOV. And other one is something Jack Head and I are going to be leading, just an hour and a half in the morning or in the evening of Monday, November 13th. It's about Article 2 of the bylaws of the UUA, which our congregation will be voting on prior to sending people to GA next, well, actually, it's all virtual next June, the General Assembly for the Unitarian Universalist Association. So please come to one of those events. It's at 10 o'clock to 11:30 in Waters Hall, or at 6:30 that evening. And we're going to go over the present one and the one that's proposed, and we'll get everybody's feelings on it. So think about signing up for that too. Go in peace, and that's it for today.